All right. Let's see something real quick. Just to test something. Huh. You know. What do you know? Streaming with sound. Because there's a button on the inside here, and you got to put it in stream mode, which I guess takes away all of the um, copyrighted music that that's in the game. Because apparently there is some copyrighted music in the game, so you gotta get rid of that, and then it'll let you see. I'm emptying my inventory into the buggy to open up more space for me to. Because I mean, I don't want to spend all day running back and forth doing this. Why they haven't added a um, I don't know why they haven't added a thing to just make it where you can auto unload. Let's see. Now, I tried to set it up where the streaming would be like I could see comments in game, but I don't know if that's working. I mean, currently, okay, we've got a high loss, so let me go back into Dune and see if that I saw the high law. I did not. Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out how. I know there's got to be a way where I can see comments while I'm in game. You know what I mean? Otherwise, you end up having to flip back and forth. That sucks. Now, one thing I know I could do is I could just grab my phone, which is right next to me, and log into my YouTube, and it would show me all of the comments. I mean, I'm laying in the bed right now because I'm going to go to sleep soon, but we had a busy weekend. We had guests and everything. So, really cool stuff. But you know how it is when you're busy. Let's see. Let's search for um, Dungeon Crawler Carl. No. Um, where is my stuff? See, I don't understand things. Like, I don't understand why Kendrick Lamar woke up looking for the broccoli. What in hell does that even mean? It's like, what are you saying, man? Oh, okay, here we go. Okay, so I might have to turn this down, my volume down on the phone. Nerdy Ogre, what is up? So now I can see your chat while I'm actually still playing the game, but I'm looking at the chat on my phone because I haven't figured out yet how to get the chat to appear on the screen, which, Anyway, let's do a little runaround real quick. Let me drop this aluminum ore off, which I'm going to have to, bust down and convert into other things, but yeah, that's me hitting my stupid Shigawire thing. I hit the E button. Shouldn't have done that. Because I'm pretty sure I can hit F for like quick deposit over here. Yeah, nope, storage full. Okay, never mind. How about over here? No matching items. That means I have to put something in and then I'll be able to do it. Okay. Got my bricks and various things here. So this room is basically where I keep my corpse stills. These pretty much you put a corpse in them and they over time 45 minutes to an hour will remove all of the moisture from the corpse. So, it's a death still. Anyone who knows anything about Doom knows about death still. So there you go. I mean, I still got like I just recently went out and got like 9 liters of blood off of some idiots that thought they wanted to fight with me. So, you know, not a smart move on their part to be perfectly, you know. Up. Oh, okay, you're being a man. Don't be a teenager, nerdy ogre. So anyway, if I go upstairs here because there's literally multiple floors, you can see this is all my water storage. At any given time, I could have up to 203 liters of water. Is that 203,000 milliliters? So actually, no, you would drop a couple. So yeah, a couple thousand liters of water here. And then through this door. This is the Harkonnen building set, by the way, because my character is full on Harkonnen. These are um, generators. They're powered by hydrogen power packs. They help, keep the power on. Now, the easy thing about them, one thing I love about them as opposed to some of the other things in the game, is I can go in here and this is the, you know, advanced subfief console, which runs a lot of stuff, right? And if I hold the Y down, it will automatically take batteries and stuff like that from my storage. Come on now, let me out. And fill up all my generators. So keep them running. These blurry things, those are penta shields. So they're like shields. Like the holes have been shielded. Now here's my blood thing. So I'm going to hit use, and you can see I've got my blood bag right there. It's got 9,000 blood. So not much, but hey, every little bit counts, right? And this area is basically my industrial area. It's where I build things, fabricate, whatever. I mean, my metal thing is still working. I think I'm making like a shit ton of steel. Now, this area I'm still working on, but it is where, I have my couch and I have a terrarium with a little mouse in it called a Muad'Dib. And I got a fake tree, but let's see now. Can I sit down on the couch? I thought I could. Or maybe it's because I got my shield on. Turned my shield off. Okay. Hmm. Could swear I could sit. Thought I was sitting on them yesterday. Yeah, well. Anyway, if we go through this door, which only I can go through, that's what the one means. Only I can go through. In here, we've got a giant safe where I keep money and stuff. Only I can get to it. Here we've got a picture of our beloved Emperor Shaddam IV. May he reign eternally. My writing desk with ink and stuff on it. My chair, right here. Can't tell me nothing. Then I've got my dressers, bookshelves, bookcases, my bed. And then up this staircase, just another little room. I haven't really decided what to do up here, you know, just a little room. Not built because I was, I mean, this area here, if we go out back into this area, I could put a dining room in or whatever, but you can see how the pyramid goes on and on and on. So town road, I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. I'm gonna take Nerdy Ogre to the old town road. I'm gonna ride him like he's a horse. That's right. He's Texan, so he probably you know would make a good horse, a good steed. He could be my noble steed. I'm a steed. Let me see. Did that deposit? Am I just sitting here being a goober? I am. I got some poison in my inventory because one of my noble bosses is basically giving me an order to take someone out, but I've been kind of, I don't know, slacking because I knew that I needed, more aluminum ore. So instead of immediately jumping on the assassination attempt, I um, went out harvesting in my buggy. Just a little bit of lockjaw, baby, so cold. He's from the north, he's from the Canada. It's like sha sha sha, sha sha sha. Singing la 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 la, la la la. It's like sha sha sha, sha sha sha. La, la, la. I'll go up like that. Like that. Yeah, this is the boring part of the harvesting. Like I said, they really should have a vehicle command where it's just like empty this shit into every available safe until you know all safes are either full or this thing is empty. Because the way the game works, when I go ahead and refine this ore down, it'll pull the ore from like every. See, it didn't even deposit. Do you believe that shit? It'll pull the ore from every safe. So, like, if I had like 10 ore in each of 20 safes and I decided to refine it up storage full, it would pull the ore from all 20 safes into the refinery. So, why they haven't, I mean, I don't know. I don't mean to bitch because honestly, I love this game. I really do. Let's look at the chats. It's a little bit of larger. I'm flattered, but I don't swing that way. Well, I wasn't thinking anything sexual. I was thinking, standard Western style saddle stirrups. You're a big boy, so I'd probably have to put a freaking what's it called, from the bridle down to the front of the saddle to keep you from bucking your head back and breaking my nose. I forget what that's called, a lead or something like that. Um, I had a horse about, I don't know, 10 years ago that was real bad for that. So you had to always, if you wanted to ride that horse, you had to put that freaking thing on, or sure as shit, at some point that horse was going to headbutt you. It's just the way that, some horses, they got their little mean streaks. I mean, it might be an otherwise good horse, but like, I mean, those of you who've never been cowboys or anything, because yes, I've been a cowboy before, a real live cowboy. If a horse steps on your foot, it is never an accident. I want you to know that. So many people, they're like working with their horse, they're standing beside it or something, and it steps on their foot, and they're like, oh, he accidentally stepped on my foot. Bullshit. Because let me tell you something. One thing about a horse is they know at every instant of their life exactly where every one of their hooves are. No shit. So if they stand on your foot, it's because they're being dicks. Because sometimes they can be a little moody, you know, like they might be mad because maybe you usually give them a sugar cube and then for some reason you didn't. And some horses are just vengeful. Usually the females, honestly. The geldings usually they're pretty laid back, but some of those mares, it's like, geez, man, you moody bitch. Just relax, right? But no. And if they bite, that's just pure meanness. Um, there are a lot of people that will give you a lot of advice about what to do if your horse bites you. In my experience, you just smack the shit out of his nose and say no. Because I mean, if they're biting you, they're testing you big time. You know. Now, I'm not saying I'm right, so don't call Pete on me or anything. I'm just saying that's in my experience, how things were. I had an old white horse. I don't even know what breed it might have been. It was, American horse. Um, and it had a tendency of biting the bridle. And when it would bite the bridle, it would, oh, you thought it was the spice. Yeah, right. When it would bite the bridle, it would go into a run like a maniac. This horse would go into a full blast run, and it was biting the bridle so that you couldn't, if you just pulled back like you normally would, whoa, oh no, this bitch was like, nope, because it had bridle in its mouth. So you had to give it slack and then yank that shit back really hard and quick. You know what I mean? to basically bust the bridle out of its mouth and get it to stop. Otherwise, her name was Maud, and she'd try to run you under a tree or something, you know. She was an old angry horse, and she definitely had the capacity to cause severe injury. And of course, since I was the new guy when I got hired at the ranch when I was a kid, I worked at Deseret Ranch, which is like one of the biggest ranches in the world. Definitely in Florida, right? And that's the horse I got. That mean ass Maud. Okay, let's do something a little more fun. Let's find the water shipper's house. See, I got Pentashield to guard my also you see those rotating. The windmills generate power. The directional windmill up here generates a lot of power. And then these things down here are water traps. So they basically suck any moisture out of the air and concentrate it down into my storage. And of course, here's my big building. Not that I hear a gunfight going on, but I don't care about it. Then over here, this is my homie Hungar's house. See? I actually told him too. I was like, Hungar, why don't you work on your house, man? Do something, make it nice and shit. He's like, I don't even care. And they're like, well, okay then. Yeah, I've seen that. Nerdy Ogre. The idiots that go and they're like effing around with the Royal Guard. I've seen them get ran like right the F over, I've also seen them get like the horses bite them and stomp them and shit. Large sandstorm approaching. You know what that means? I'm going to go hide back in my house. Because you can see how the wings of my choppy is already red. That means very damaged. And if I get caught in a large sandstorm, it'll just rip the wings off this bitch. I'm not sure how many more times I can repair it, before I'm going to have to just build new wings. Which is why I went out and got aluminum. But then I'll also have to kill a bunch of sand bandits to get some other parts. But I'll tell you, I don't understand it, Nerdy Ogre. It's like, okay, you go to England, you go and you see the Royal Guard, which I think would be awesome. I would love that, right? Go to England, see the Royal Guard. I think that would just be like the most badass thing, right? But then you F with them, and it's like, why, like when I was in Frankfurt and shit, I was not the loud American. I was respectful. I tried to learn German enough to, at least ask where the bathroom is, order beer, food, things like that. Which German to me was very easy because, English is already basically just heavily modified German. So learning German wasn't too hard, but people, I just saw a short on YouTube where some American went to Russia, and I guess he was like trans or something. And he was trying to walk away from a Russian cop, and the Russian cop grabbed him by the arm and told him to go the other place. and the trans person like smacked the Russian cop's hand, knocked whatever he had in his hand out of his hand, right? And it went flying. And freaking the Russian cop grabbed whatever it was. I don't know, a pen, a phone. I don't know what it was, but the Russian cop grabbed it. And then he walked over and knocked that dude slap out. I mean, unconscious, curled up in the fetal position on the ground, knocked the F out. And I mean, the moral of the story is, I mean, you might think you're special in America and you can do whatever you want, but the rest of the world don't feel the same way. And I mean, plus, you're in Russia, you idiot. I mean, Russian cops are notorious for like busting a window out and dragging your ass right out of it, you know, like from a car or some shit. So, like, your goal is to antagonize a bunch of Borises. Not a good idea, you know. I mean, as a Boris appreciator, I'm telling you right now, I don't think that's a good idea at all. Because you know, Ivan and Boris, they don't care for that shit. And they were probably very orthodox because you know Russians are like almost a lot of them are very fanatically Orthodox Christian, so they already probably had some negative views about you know homeboy anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like in their mind, they're sitting here thinking, look at this incredibly sinful, you know, horrible American in our country trying to spread his degeneracy, etc., etc., etc. And then the American guy has the freaking balls to like want to beef up and shit. Right now, I'm doing, for those of you who don't know, this is called vulture mode. If you get at the right altitude, you can actually get good speed. Like right now, I'm not really being very efficient. I'm only doing like 90 kilometers per hour, but sometimes you can get this thing doing like you can rock 160 and just get across the whole map in no time. The other thing that's really good about this is it burns zero fuel. And as you would expect, the choppy, uh, it is the greatest thing ever. I love it, but it eats a lot of fuel. I mean, that's just what it is. It eats a lot of fuel, you know, wherever you go. So I need to figure out where the um, water seller's apartment is, and I have a feeling that it's not in the Haga Basin. Okay, you see how I landed there? Okay, that looks like a research. I'm looking at the different things up top here. I'm thinking that's a research facility. Let me look down. Oh, look at that. That's Spice. That blue spot. Yeah, that's Spice. Little known fact that all the movies always get wrong. Spice is blue. And then when they treat it to turn it, oh, my engine's fucking up. When they treat it to turn into the melange, it turns cinnamon colored. But until then, it's blue. See, I've got a sand sand compactor here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to compact as much spice as possible and grab it before the worm comes. Now at the bottom, you see that line? Yeah, you see how it's all like red and squiggly? Let's look around. Where's the worm? It's coming from over there. So I'm going to get in my choppy, which is in trouble, and lift up out of here so that the worm will be like, oh, the thing I wanted to eat is no longer there. So I'll just keep cruising this way then for a while. And I'm all like, cool. And since I hit it with the compressor so much, I got most of this little bit of the spice blow ready just to be picked up. Now, at some point, I am going to have to land somewhere safe and do some repairs on my engine. But until then, while that worm is distracted, let's grab our purpley blue spice. The other day, I was actually flying around and I saw a pre-spice mass. And it was actually really cool, because the sand was there and you could see like the kind of weird blue purple liquid kind of bubbling up. So, of course, I flew far away and watched, because if there's one thing I know about a pre-spice mass is if it goes off and you're standing next to it, you will be dead. Okay? Let's not play around. I don't want you guys to see a video of me getting ate by a worm. So let's get up. There it comes. So it's the same worm. It's just going back and forth. This time it went right through the spice. Hopefully it didn't like take it all, because it'll do that. I mean, if it churned it all under the sand. Oh, no, it's still there. Good. Now, the thing is, the spice is the most like, it is the shit. It's the thing, You can get a lot of resources and build a lot of stuff, but at the end of the day, this is what you need. Like some of the really high-end stuff requires just an absolute shit ton of this. And sure, out in the deep desert, you can get more. And our deep desert's pretty okay. There's not a lot of griefing out there, too bad. But no, pick it up. Don't harvest it. See, now one of the reasons the worm's not immediately freaking out, you notice how there's no worm threat here, is I have soft-soled boots that are specifically designed to, run on the sand and attract worms less than other boots. So now I'm going to go over here in the rocky area where I know that worms can't get me. But let's not land in the middle of that freaking bandit camp. That wouldn't be smart. And boom. Let's drop her down. Come on now. Get out. Grab my welder and my wrenches and shit. And let's see now. It's the engine, right? No, the generator looks good. So let's look at the engine. What's going on up here? Yeah, this thing's not good. Let's go ahead and... Okay. Cannot be repaired further, but at least I got the smoke and everything done. I mean, the problem is you can build these machines, which is awesome, but you're on Arrakis. And to quote Star Wars, sand is coarse and it gets everywhere. And so that means that everything is slowly being killed by the planet, So if you're in your buggy, the wheels will be getting rotted off of the damn thing, or out of ammo. Am I out of ammo? Says I have 4. There we go. Okay. I'll have to make some more. Good night, Nerdy Ogre. Thank you for dropping in. Yeah, I've been crashing for like 2 days, but I wanted to see if I could get this to work with sound, and I figured it out. Okay, so I'm carrying a decaliter bottle, which deca I believe is 5. I mean, I don't know. Personally, I feel like in the far, far future, they'll probably be using imperial. Metric will just die out because, I mean, who gives a shit about metric? You know, I mean, you know, honestly, metric is like some common shit. So I need to head north. I mean, west would work too if I go far enough west. And who knows? Maybe I'll find a crash starship or another spice blow. Look at that worm down there. Yeah, that's definitely worm sign. That's what these are for. These little one man scout thopters. When you're in the deep desert and you've got like carryalls and shit like that, which you can get in this game. Uh, you might need some buddies in ornithopters to patrol and look for the make sure they you don't get jumped by a worm, and if necessary and they see a worm, maybe land and throw a thumper down to pull the. I mean, it's only going to keep the worm occupied for a few minutes, but hey, you know it is what it is. Now, I'm wondering if the ice cellar. Okay, high altitude, so fuel consumption. And that means you go to vulture mode. Nope. Damn it. Hit the E button. I didn't mean to. Luckily, I've got my suspensor belt on, or I would be a dead duck right now. See, you just saw me make like the big noob mistake. When you're up there, don't hit the E button because you'll exit your stupid choppy, and then all of your friends will see it and they'll be like, James is such a noob. You don't even know how to fly a choppy at all. This guy, he's not a Doom man. He's just a nerd flying around in an ornithopter. He don't even deserve. And I'm all like, damn, man, that's harsh. This area down here, yeah, autumn, full of crazy people. Like, they're all members of a weird cult and they will poison you. I mean that. So, see, we do a little dive and then we straighten it out a little bit. And now we're in vulture mode, which means we're quiet. So if somebody is not actually looking up, they will not hear us while we fly over. And we're doing like 140. Well, now we're down to like 100 and whatever. Yes, let's go to the Let's go to the overworld. I need to check some shit up. So this is the overworld. So this is Haga Basin. And if I go north, I will end up here in the deep desert, which gets crazy. But okay, there's a fuel depot. Okay, water depot. I am looking to see if there's any, like, if that particular water cellar is around here somewhere. Because, I mean, we're not far from the poles. Arco Village. Get how you live it. 10 toes in when I'm standing on business. I'm a big stepper on the ground method. Lesser. Yeah, see. Get a water. Bump Roger Pat. Big dogs. Yeah. Water Shipper's Mansion right outside of Arakeen. All right, let's fly over here and see what's up. This will either be like cool to do or embarrassing as hell. So, one or the other, right? One or the other. Cool or embarrassing. I did. Yeah, about it. Yeah. How you live like this? About it. Get up off my dick. About it. He's married. Yeah, so I'll be married. Mm.
That's close enough, kitten. As you can see, our target keeps himself well guarded. Those lights are a problem. If they spot you, you'll be ejected or killed. Luckily, my informants tell me the outer wall took some damage during the last Coriolis storm. Look for a scaffolding. That might be your best entry point.
Yeah. All right. Put the shields on. I have a feeling there's snipers up in those towers. I got bad news for them though, and that is that I am a pretty good sniper myself. So okay, let's go up the ladder. Did I hear people? Around a little bit? No. So
Look at all those flower fields, kitten. Well, like that almost makes a woman think she picked the wrong business. One of our informants is a dew harvester named Jorgen. He's supposed to be waiting for you by one of the storage sheds. Find him.
This lady always calls me kitten. It's like, I don't know how I feel about it. Uh-oh. I'm taking some loot while I'm here. Yeah, there's a guy right there. Couple of guys over there. So let's creep around. I don't know if I'm going the right way or not. I think so. That is a lot of flower fields. So that means this guy, when he harvests the dew in the morning, he is making shit tons of water. Just tons. Is that an enemy?
Where is everybody?
Okay. I've got no time for this shit. I mean, okay, something happened. Oh, it's going to make me try over again. I mean, I thought it was doing pretty good. I wish it'd just let me roll in and start killing fools, honestly. That's my typical MO. I mean, just, you know. Yeah. Thinking.
You know what's great?
No.
Even though it's taken a while, you realize that like 6 months or 8 months from now, they're going to have deported a whole bunch of protesting votes, right?
Well, that's the hope. But we'll talk about later, babe.
What?
I said we'll talk about later.
That's fair.
Could be your.
Go to sleep.
Mm,
You should.
I don't know.
Did you take your drugs tonight?
I think I did, yes.